do you feel that do you this going back to basics, or this recognizing of or uncluttering a lot of other things and going back to what is beautiful, eloquent, and just a no-brainer in terms of a lot of way how we think, even things like parenting that we were talking about, or culture, or dance, or performances. How do you see this? Is going to back to basics and kind of content.
Namaskar. I'd like to first thank the Prasar Bharati for having invited me here, as well as this platform provided by the Honorable Prime Minister. So Nilesh ji, I was just thinking when you were speaking so eloquently about poetry, about nature, it just brings up an imagery, and the point just goes into your subconscious, And I think there's one thing that I would like to say about the particular writing that we have about culture. We were always, so honored to have Western writers write about. It was always like that. So the Western writers used to write about this, our Natya Shastra and all those, the Gita Govindam. So now I think whatever they do, how many of our hours that they spend with us, I don't think they're going to get it's called Manvasana. Manvasana is the smell of the earth. And how they can actually put it across like an Indian would. So that is, yeah. So that's one thing. Now the second thing is, see, India has moved so much forwards in terms of every avenue, IT, modernism. But in terms of culture, I think that is our USP, So all countries are like that, whether it is Japan or France, they're known first for their culture. I'd just like to tell you a little anecdote to show that our strong culture is about the coexistence of our different personalities, different traditions. Once when we were going to the Padma Award, and I was in a bus, and then we had I was just looking proudly, there were so many people, all of them in their traditional costumes. So you had somebody from Arunachal Pradesh, he decided to show up in his costume, and he had his feathers, and then right next to him was a very senior Carnatic vocalist. And then the way they interacted, she just, pushed across the feathers and she said, Zara, the window, cold bandingla. So that spirit, I think, has to be encouraged, it has to be embraced. The other thing is, being an artist myself, you talk about parenting, and let me just also ask Ricky this. When he decided to become a musician, I'm sure his parents were not very, very happy. No, see? So it's just that we all have this need that, as he said, at 4 years, you have to get a green card and you have to achieve. But artists like us, I think we're very, very unique. We're very, very different people. We're just keyed in so differently. And I think that we have to be nourished. So that's what I do. And in terms of culture, for us, the Indian philosophy, the Indian festivals, we're all the time celebrating, birthdays of our gods. We're all the time going on streets, we're just waiting. We're waiting to do the dole, we're waiting to throw color. So I think that's a very traditional way of reducing our angst. And that's also why we have such a peaceful philosophy of just to let it be. So this is another thing that I would like to put forth. And now, when we talk about how do you inculcate the next generation? So parents, after a point, suddenly decide that academics is too much, and they say, chalo, we have to get our children more Indian. So at that time, they give them so many options. They say, chalo, go learn the guitar, the drums. And the child is sitting here and saying what he has to choose. So sometimes, and most of the times, the child goes to learning piano. Because, A.R. Rahman is seen with his great Yamaha. not to say one is worse than the other.
Sure.
It's just that the way we've marketed the traditional arts,
Yeah.
you know. So why doesn't the child choose to play the chenda or choose to play the edakya? So it's the glamour quotient also. So which I'm saying it in a positive way. So when the child is there waiting, so I think we do need a young dynamic team of marketing personnel that would not do it like a charity or something like that, but just go out and see how they can market these traditional instruments, the traditional dancing, and of course, needless to say that all of these sensibilities, the aesthetics, have to be cultivated at the basic school level. You know, so when you, I'm just putting everything in a nutshell. Sorry, I'm just.
No, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Okay. Okay. And
Dance or music is not insulated, and I think that is something that needs to really go through. That it is part of our way of living. It's part of our country.
Right. So, speaking about aesthetics, I was going to the Tanjavur temple. It's called the Tanjavur Periya Kovil. It's so beautifully done with the sculptures, but unfortunately, a lot of these sculptures have been vandalized. Right? So they don't know that they're vandalizing it. They put kumkumam, they put the vermilion, and I've had people asking me from the ASI to help out, to speak about this. So once they keep doing it, then all of this actually, it disappears, it is no more there for any kind of academic study, and it loses its beauty and its value also. So I think that also has to be taught about this vandalizing. I saw the frescoes in the Tanjavur temple, and the frescoes are really high. I don't know how someone just goes up there, it's all vegetable dye. Somebody has managed to go there and scrape their present BFF's name there.
Oh,
Yeah. Sujata Heart Vijaya or so whatever Vijay. Right? That's amazing. So so I think yes, I think it has to be inculcated at the school level, and I think
thank you. हम एक ऐसे दौर में हैं जब एक ज़मीनी कलाकार को आप तक मुझ तक हमारे फ़ोन स्क्रीन्स तक आने के लिए बचपन का प्यार या काचा बादाम करना